And now I'd like to introduce CSU's 15th president and its first woman president, President Joyce McConnell, is proud to lead one of the nation's best land-grant universities and to embody the progress CSU has made in embracing the diversity of its campus community. She is an energetic, savvy champion of inclusion and academic research excellence and of bringing partners together to meet sustainability challenges. I'd also say she has quite a strong background in the things that we're talking about today in conservation and land use, and we feel very lucky to have her with us today. Thank you, President McConnell. Oh, we can't hear you yet. We need to unmute. Perfect. Oh, no, you went back on.
Let's say you're on mute.
There you are. Perfect.
That's great. And it looks like I'm also unmuted by the host, so that's good. Well, I wanted to thank you, Beth. That was really a lovely introduction. And I am very proud to lead Colorado State University, which I consider the world's best land-grant university and one truest to its mission. I'm so happy that you asked me to be here today at the second annual Salazar International Symposium for Conservation Impact. I was privileged to be at the first. So I want to make sure that I do thank the Secretary, Mr. Secretary Salazar. I cannot thank you enough for the vision that you had for this center and for your interest in engaging with Colorado State University. It's really an amazing partnership and I deeply appreciate it. I came to Colorado from West Virginia, so I arrived with a love for our natural environment and an understanding of the importance of conservation. But originally I was kind of a city girl. I grew up in the suburbs of Washington, D.C., and at a very early age, I benefited substantially from urban green spaces. So today's subject matter really brings things full circle for me. While I enjoyed getting outside and taking part in a variety of activities in and around the DC area, I didn't really appreciate the incredible range of resources that the natural world entailed until I crossed the country to attend Evergreen State College in the other Washington. As many of you know, the Evergreen State College is in Olympia, Washington, right at the base of the Olympic mountain range and right at the base of the Puget Sound. So it's a convergence of these amazing ecological areas. It didn't take long for me to appreciate what was there, and that evolved into a much deeper understanding and what eventually became a career-long and, excuse me, lifelong passion for advocating responsible stewardship and conservation of natural resources. In fact, as a law professor, my courses were property, natural resources, and sustainable development. I then became a member of the Board of Trustees of the West Virginia chapter of the Nature Conservancy for many, many years, and then later the president of the board. I'm very, very proud of the work that we were able to do in West Virginia. In addition, I was able, while I was at West Virginia, to establish a multidisciplinary and campus-wide energy institute, an energy and sustainable development law center, and an institute for water security and science, and other conservation-oriented programs. And I talked to one of my colleagues, actually just yesterday, who is starting a whole new something called Adventure West Virginia, which is going to work with people to build additional green spaces throughout the state and trails. So last year, I joined this symposium in Denver to announce the launch of the Connectivity Challenge Incentive Prize. And yesterday, after 46 proposals were narrowed down to 5 finalists from around the continent, we announced a winner. The $100,000 award will allow Borderlands Restoration Network to pursue its vision to conserve agaves, increase agricultural sustainability, and protect bats in the United States-Mexico borderlands. Congratulations to the Borderlands Restoration Network team. We are so excited, and we look forward to hearing how your project, Bacanora for Bats, Binational Conservation and Sustainable Agave Spirits, progresses. This year also saw the first International Salazar Center Conservation Impact Prize for a Colorado State University faculty member. Dr. Liba Pichar, an associate professor in the Department of Fish, Wildlife, and Conservation Biology at Colorado State University. Congratulations. We're so proud, and this is really a wonderful, wonderful achievement. I have another exciting announcement to make this morning. After more than a year of discussion and exploration, the university and the city and county of Denver have entered into an intergovernmental agreement, which was fully signed and executed just a few days ago. It sets aside as much as $450,000 over the next few years for the Salazar Center to support the city's work on climate resilience, planning, and implementation. We hope that this work will take on several forms, including the collection of sharing of best-in-class practices from our partners around the continent to support the city's work. The engagement of CSU faculty in research and tracking for climate resilience and climate justice in the city, and convening both virtually and eventually in person of stakeholders and experts to combine research, policy, and practice for impact at scale, and to share these lessons with a broader audience. We commend the city for their leadership on climate action and look forward to working with them to make Mayor Hancock's vision of a climate resilient, biophilic, and equitable city a reality.